Hi, welcome to Solo Playing Tips. So recently, I've been playing a lot of Mongoose Traveller, and one of the things we've got a ship, and we spend an awful lot of time going from one place to another, and it there's the a risk in it that it becomes kind of make a piloting role to dock the ship, make an astrogation role to set the course, make a piloting role to make the jump or to pilot out, an engineering role to make the jump. You arrive at the other end, you make a piloting role to dock the ship. And there's planets are no more exciting than bus stops. There's nothing to them because the excitement is going to happen when we get to the other end of the trip. Um, we're just going somewhere, getting something, coming back, but it's kind of like 10 jumps in each direction. And so there's so many jumps that the game masters are getting a little bit of game fatigue, I think. Just having to describe new worlds. They started off really colourful and they had different foods in food trucks and they had different cultures and customs and then after a while, after you get to kind of like your 16th world, which you're going through in the same game session, they're starting to be, oh, just roll the piloting roll. It makes no difference. So I was thinking about that. The same happens even in fantasy games when if you're riding from one city to another. You can do kind of the odd, wandering monster check or whatever, random encounter check, but they often end up falling into combat encounters and things like that. But essentially, all the land you've just gone through is just blank paper. There's nothing to it. In space, the worlds are really, there's nothing to them at all. There's just a piloting role, an engineering role. There's nothing to them. What we can do, on the other hand, is create waypoints. So we don't really care about all the bland stuff, the days of riding across flat grassy plains and nothing happens. But if you kind of say, oh, right, you ride for a couple of days, you camp, and then you come across this solitary, chapel, and you think, oh, well, that's interesting. There's something there. You can interact with it. You might go all kind of, oh, we're going to scout it out. And it could be just a simple wooden chapel, which is, in a fair state of repair. And obviously, people may gather there on a Sunday. You just don't happen to be there on a Sunday. But you could use it as a campsite. You could use it as whatever. And then you ride on, and then you could say, right, you come to a ravine or a watering hole, and what you're doing is just by saying, right, okay, we're just going from here to here, but at the same time, here are a few interesting points along the way. So rather than having to describe everything you see on the entire journey, which could take a very long time, um, or saying, right, 3 months later, you arrive at the city, the kind of compromise in there is to create interesting waypoints. And say if you're looking at a map, if you cross a road, there's likely to be mile markers there. There could be signposts there. There could be, tinkers that sort of, think that junction could be a busier point on the road. So there could be, say a stall there with a farrier that mends horses horseshoes and things. They don't have to be exciting. They don't have to be in combat encounters. They don't have to be major story changes. All they do is create a little bit of flavor. If there's particular gods, then the odd chapel, the odd roadside shrine. If the people have a particular, say, military order, there could be again sort of way houses, or way stations, of a particular order, like the kind of an order of knights that patrol the roads. You can just kind of emphasize these little points, and so each place gets its own little unique flavor, its own feel. This city and its environs feels different to the next one, rather than just kind of bland, generic fantasy city. Okay, so that's the idea. Creating waypoints are just little dots of color that join the your destinations together. Okay, thank you for watching.